This is the 2025 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Malt Experiment, Amber Ale. Thanks to our sponsors. 5 Star Chemicals. Check out their new online straight-to-consumer homebrew shop where you can buy everything from Star San and line cleaner to the new liquid PBW that can be used at temperatures as low as 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Check out their online store at 5starchemicals.com/home-brewing. Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store. A local homebrew shop in Danvers, Massachusetts. Order any malt they offer in any quantity you want, and if you order before 11 a.m., they'll package your items and ship out the very same day. Visit the store at www.beer-wine.com. Let's get tasting.
Hey guys, Matt here from Rec Brewery. Let's do another review. This is of the 2025 Brewtubers Malt Experiment, where every one of us brewed the same amber ale recipe. I'll put the card up here for you to check it out. And we all added a different specialty malt as an ingredient. And this is going to be number 4. This one comes from Lance. He's, if I pronounce this correctly, Hundehutte Brewery. Got a nice label there. Got a dog hanging out of the doghouse. Got some hops kind of growing along the side, it looks like. Let's see here. ABV is 5.1%. It says IBU is 30. It's a 12-ounce bottle. He used the Mecca grade Opal 44, which is a toasted toffee malt. I've never used that before. The idea of it being toasted toffee sounds really interesting to me. Really unique as a malt type. He used 8 ounces, which so far all the beers I've have experienced so far have all used the same amount of a specialty malt, so this would be a nice fair trade there and see what the difference is. The Mecca grade, I have had a couple of their malts before, not this particular one. They're out of Oregon, and I know there's a couple guys in the club that have used them before, so when they've shared their beers around, I have gotten a chance to try other types. But this one in particular, the Opal 44, is supposed to have, it's a sweet, moderately toasted malt, and it's supposed to give off sort of like hints of chocolate and raisin. You're supposed to be able to use it up to 100%. I don't know, with it being a toasted toffee malt, how well that would turn out. That would be kind of interesting to do, like maybe do this in like a smash beer or something, just to kind of see what that malt does completely by itself, especially since you can use it up to 100%. That's really interesting. So definitely interesting. Curious to try this one out. Different can though. Never seen a can quite like this before. Sort of a twist off on the top here. I assume that you seam it the same way as you do with the regular cans, but I guess you'd have to have some sort of a special top on the can seamer for it to handle this top on there, because I assume the top is part of the lid. So that's quite interesting. Yeah, so let's go ahead and break this open and see what we got. Got a little hiss there, so some good carbonation held into this can. And I guess the cool thing about this can is you can, if you don't want to finish it, even though it's only 12 ounces, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you didn't want to finish it, you can go ahead and cap it off and put it back in the fridge, have it later. Well, this is certainly one of the darker ones, I think. I don't know why there's so many bubbles on the glass. I guess Nick will say I have a dirty glass, but I can guarantee you that it's not. I have rinsed this glass out really well before I use it again. It's pretty clear. It's very dark though. Let me get it closer to the camera, just so you can guys see. So you can see pretty well through there, but I think because of its maybe it has a little bit of chill haze too, but because of its color, it's a little harder to look through this one. So I think this is probably one of the darker ones of the bunch, if not the darkest that I've seen so far. It's got plenty of carbonation in there. It's got that sort of upside down snowstorm going on there. Plenty of bubbles. The head didn't stick around though. That doesn't really even have much of a cap. That's just gone. So that certainly didn't hang around long at all. But it's a gorgeous color. It's like a sort of like a nice bronze color, I guess. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get the aroma. It's a little bit different. Yeah, it kind of has. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up some of the hints of that chocolate that they talk about in the description for this malt. Probably getting a little bit of a yeast character actually from this. It was there. It's actually kind of faded away a little bit now. Yeah, now I'm left with some more of that chocolate. I don't know if I'm picking up the raisin. Maybe that'll be in the taste. It's kind of got like a sort of like a nutty or like a Vienna smell to it too. But I think mostly chocolate. Matter of fact, it's kind of like a almost like an almond joy, actually, of sorts. Yeah, kind of like chocolate nut, like coconut kind of thing. Not coconut, cocoa nut, chocolate nut, whatever. You get the idea. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and get a taste. Cheers. Wow. Yeah, that's vastly different from the other beers. It's not sweet at all. Actually have some bitterness to it on there. Might be getting a little bit of that raisin in the taste, maybe, but I think it's more chocolate, more nutty, more chocolate, more sort of. This does remind me of like a Vienna malt in that sense, with the nuttiness to it that's coming through on this. Yeah, it does have a nice sort of toasty slash roasty kind of a taste going on too. That's really interesting. It's funny how they call it a toffee malt. I don't know that I'm necessarily tasting toffee, but also when I think of toffee, I think of sweetness. Characteristic that might come with that, but I'm not getting that at all with this. This isn't that. This is more of a toasty, roasty kind of an amber ale. Now, would I use this malt in this beer? I don't know. It's kind of got me really interested to see how this would work with like as a smash beer. How this malt would work by itself, because there's already a fair amount of a grain bill on this before he added this malt to it. So it'd be interesting to see what this kind of does by itself. But I could certainly tell what this malt's doing to this beer, because it is vastly different than the other three I've tried so far. I know Sean's was pretty balanced. Mine was very sweet, and Jerry's was very roasty. This is more like Jerry's, but it has a little bit more a different character to it. There's a little more complexity going on with it. A few other tasting notes that are kind of going along with that roastiness. Yeah, you're getting that roasty, toasty feeling from it right away, but it's also you're also getting pieces of the chocolate, maybe a little bit of that raisin, some nuttiness that's kind of going along with it. So that's quite interesting, very complex. I don't know that I would necessarily use this in an amber ale. I'm trying to think of what I may use it in. I feel like this malt might lend itself better to like some of the darker beers, maybe like in like a stout or a porter or something. Yeah, that might be where I might try it. But again, I kind of want to get my hands on it and try it 100%, because that's interesting to me that you could use a malt like this in that way. But yeah, great job, Lance. Very nice beer, and I know we have to rank these. Every one of these beers so far has been fantastic, and they're all different in their own way. There's not really, I'm assuming I might run into a couple that are going to be similar, but so far the four I've tried have been different enough. That's, at least so far, it's easy to rank them. It's just going to get harder as I go. I would say I would probably put this, I'm going to put this as the new number 3. I'm going to bump Jerry down a slot. Sorry about that, Jerry. Only because this one it does have the same toasty and roasty sort of characters that Jerry's beer had, but it has a little bit more going for it in addition to that, so that makes it interesting to me. But as far as like an amber ale goes, I can't push it up much higher because I do feel like the other two fit that bill, at least for me, a little bit better. So, and that's just personal preference. Again, all these beers have been fantastic. All the brewers in this club are great. And this is just another showing of that. Let me go ahead and thank our sponsors as well, 5 Star Chemicals for keeping our brewery nice, clean, and sanitary, and to Beer and Wine Hobby, the official homebrew shop of the club and where we all got our ingredients for this particular experiment. Come join us though, brewtubers.com. You can do fun experiments like this. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. So have a good night. Take care, everybody. Cheers.